I can't imagine the trajectory of my life without Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the movement he guided in collaboration with so many other brave women and men. I grew up in East Austin, Texas, in a working-class neighborhood that was about equal parts black and white and with some Mexican-American families. My first year of public school was 1971, the first year of forced busing in Austin to finally crack the ice on integration that Texas and much of the South, and for all practical purposes, had been able to ignore. Austin was in an uproar, and many black and Mexican-American kids were forced to bus out to white neighborhoods, which was a time of great tension for them. Racism flared, and many schools in our part of town were closed, but ours stayed open thanks to the community solidarity to keep it open. That the school stayed open was very important for the employment of African American and Latino teachers as well. So I was fortunate to have as many black teachers as white teachers for those years, when I learned from a very early age about Dr. King, solidarity and the Montgomery bus boycott, and that civil rights was for people of all races and for poor people too. Dr. King's focus on racism as well as on poverty was always very important to me. And his last book, Where Do We Go From Here? Chaos or Community, showed how his Poor People's Campaign was part of his overall dream for equality and belonging in a healthy and compassionate world. His activism always is part of a larger movement, and his writings helped lay the foundation for intersectional approaches to the issues of power and resistance that underscore my own work on activism and social justice in the Americas. Dr. King's teachings are foundational also to the vibrant field of women's gender and sexuality studies, where scholarship in feminism, critical race, ethnicity, sexuality, decolonial disability studies, among others, form our epistemological foundations. Also, on a more personal note, I had the great honor when I was 14 to be given a scholarship in Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s name at my high school. I was, in fact, my school's first MLK scholar, and I was given that award during the graduation commencement ceremony in 1980, when Mrs. Coretta Scott King, Dr. King's widow and his companion in the struggle, gave the commencement speech. She spoke so powerfully about what it means to struggle against injustice, and how the struggle can never be thought of as an individual one. Struggles against injustice must always be collective. As Dr. King said, we must live together as brothers, and I know he included the sisters too, or perish together as fools. I can think of few words more relevant for our times today.